Good evening. The hour of 7:00 p.m. having arrived and a quorum of voters being present, it is my distinct pleasure to call to order the 2024 Tewksbury Special Town Meeting. My name is Dustin Weir, and I am privileged to serve. Is it this one? Yes. Unfortunately, it doesn't extend, so. My name is Dustin Weir, and I am privileged to serve as town moderator this evening. Let the record show that a properly served and returned warrant is in possession. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. The audio will be a challenge tonight, so please keep that in mind when you come. If anyone comes to speak at the podium, you have to get very close to the microphone. And I'll do my best. Please let me know if you can't hear me. Town meeting guidelines are printed in the back of the warrant for your reference. Voters are wearing blue or yellow ribbons. Display those ribbons prominently so that counters and I can see them. Visitors wearing red ribbons and other guests who are not registered voters of Tewksbury must sit in the visitors section in the bleachers to my left. The press table is to my left. Members of the press must remain at the table while they are in the hall. Emergency exits are located at the back right corner of the gymnasium and the cafeteria to both sides, and in the cafeteria to both the left and right after you leave the gym. During the meeting, no one may stand in the entrances to the gym. Officials and article sponsors who are addressing the voters may use the podium on the floor. Voters speaking on an issue may use the microphone in the middle aisle at the front of the seating area. Please begin your remarks by stating your full name and street address for the record and speak clearly into the microphone. There is a 5-minute limit for any appearance at the podium. If you ask a question, the clock will not stop during the response. I will inform you when you have 30 seconds remaining by tapping on the podium. Address all comments and questions to or through the moderator, not to officials or other voters. Visitors who wish to speak must have approval from the voters to do so and will have 5 minutes. During debate on an article, if a voter submits an amendment for approval from the voters to do so, If a voter submits an amendment for consideration in writing, we will debate and act on the amendment immediately, then continue the debate on the article, so only one amendment is pending at any time. Please remain seated while in the hall unless rising to speak or vote. Stay in your seats during a vote so counters can accurately tally standing counts. Turn your cell phones off or silent them, and do not make phone calls in the hall. Chairman of the Finance Committee, Mr. Robert Kosmierski, will make the first motion on every article unless the Finance Committee is deferring to another board. Mr. Kosmierski, may I hear a motion to waive the reading of the warrant articles?
Mr. Moderator, I move to waive the reading of the warrant articles.
All those in favor of waiving the reading of the warrant articles, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The motion passes. Non-voters are not allowed to address the town meeting without prior consent. Typically, we hear from non-voters who are employees, volunteers, or advisors to the town. Mr. Kozmersky, may I have a motion to permit the following persons to address the meeting? Non-voter appointed members of any town or regional committees or task forces, non-voter employees of the town of Tewksbury, including the Tewksbury Public Schools and Town Council.
Mr. Moderator, I move to allow certain anticipated non-residents to speak on issues including Assistant Town Manager Steve Sadwick, Fire Chief Joe Kearns, School Business Manager David Libby, DPW Superintendent Kevin Hardiman, Town Engineer Andrew Stack, Town Council Kevin Feely, and others, some of whom may be asked to answer resident questions.
All those in favor of said motion, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The motion passes. If there are any other non-voters with us tonight, they may only speak upon further motion and consent of the meeting. Article 1, Mr. Kozmersky, if you please.
The Finance Committee moves to adopt Article 1.
Article 1, do I see anybody rise to debate Article 1 on the special town meeting? Seeing none, all those in favor of Article 1, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The motion is adopted unanimously. Article 2, please.
The Finance Committee moves to adopt Article 2, transfer $137,017.79 from general fund free cash for the purpose of the article.
Do I see anybody rising to debate Article 2? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Article 2 is adopted unanimously. Article 3. Mr. Montori.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. There's an amendment to Article 3. The amendment is deleting the amount of $447,572.36, and in its place, insert $447,551. The amendment's on the second page of the handout for town meeting.
On the special handout, you can find the proposed amendment on the second page listed under Article 3. First, we will move to debate Article 3, the amendment to Article 3. Do I see anybody rising to debate the amendment? Seeing none, on the amendment to Article 3, all those in favor of adoption of the amendment, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The amendment is accepted unanimously. Article 3 as amended, please.
The Finance Committee moves to adopt as amended Article 3, transfer $447,551 from general fund free cash for the purpose of the article.
Do I see anybody wish to debate Article 3 as amended? Seeing none, all those in favor of adoption of Article 3 as amended, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Article 3 as amended is adopted unanimously. Article 4, please.
The Finance Committee moves to adopt Article 4, transfer $15,431.21 from general fund free cash for the purpose of the article.
Thank you, Mr. Kozmersky. Do I see anybody rising to debate Article 4? Seeing none, would the police officers in the back please momentarily stop additional people from coming into the auditorium? And anybody who's walking into the auditorium, please find a seat. You can relocate after the vote. Just please find the nearest seat to you if you would. Once everybody's seated, we can proceed to the vote. You didn't make a motion?
Yeah, I did. Four.
Thank you. Article 4 requires a 9/10 vote for adoption. I'm going to do this vote in reverse standing order. So we'll do the opposed first and in favor second, okay? All those opposed to the adoption of Article 4, please stand at this time. Thank you. All those in favor of adoption of Article 4, please stand at this time. You may be seated. Article 4 is adopted unanimously. Thank you. Article 5, Mr. Kosmierski.
The Finance Committee moves to adopt Article 5.
Anybody rising to debate Article 5? Seeing none, all those in favor of Article 5, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Article 5 is adopted unanimously. Any voters wearing a blue ribbon are not eligible to vote in the annual town meeting. If you are wearing a blue ribbon and would like to stay, you must return to the check-in area and return your blue ribbon and sign in as a visitor at the warden's check-in table. You will be issued a red ribbon, and you may be seated in the visitors section in the last section of the bleachers to my left. Mr. Kosmierski, may I have a motion to adjourn the special town meeting?
Mr. Moderator, I motion to adjourn the May 8th, 2024 special town meeting sine die.
All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The motion passes unanimously. Please join me at 7:30 for the second part of the annual town meeting.